Hello everyone, I'm Carlos Hidalgo and this is Phenom Philosophy. After taking a small hiatus to give my liver a break from drunk philosophy, I decided that today we would talk about faith. So what is faith? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Neither? Well, I think that's what we're going to find out today. But before we get to that, we have a brand new intro that I'm excited to show y'all. So ready? Let's do it. So going back to faith, the first definition I want to go over is as follows. Faith, strong belief based on spiritual apprehension rather than proof. Now, some skeptics normally take out the spiritual dimension from this definition and shorten it to simply belief without evidence. When talking in terms of epistemic justification, we need to ask ourselves, is faith a reliable path to knowledge? In this context, I would answer no. Just because I have faith in something does not necessarily make it true. For something to be objectively true, it must be true regardless of whether I believe it to be the case or not. In other words, I can have faith that flying unicorns exist without any evidence that they actually do. Now, that does not necessitate that flying unicorns actually exist. Now, is faith in this context a good thing? Again, the answer is no. Believing things without the appropriate justification is not something to be revered. In America, it's often seen as a virtue for one to devote themselves to their religion without questioning it, and the more they believe, the more they're often praised. While some see this as a virtue, I see this as intellectual laziness, and it ought not be praised, but rather discouraged in every circumstance. This definition of faith is also often discouraged by religious scholars and philosophers, with some, such as Christian philosopher Frank Turek, saying, because you have faith, does that make the Bible true? I am in agreement with these sentiments, and to all my Christian viewers out there, think about it. In Matthew 22:37 and Luke 10:27, it says to love God with all your soul, heart, and mind. But what does it mean to love God with all your mind? While I may not be a theologian, this is often interpreted to mean seeking truth in the world that God created. We already established that faith in this context is not a good pathway to truth. Therefore, we ought to reject it, whether one is religious or not. Now, on to our second definition of faith. Faith, complete trust or confidence in something. Now, this definition of faith gets us more in tune with what people often refer to as faith today, complete trust in God. Now, is this model of faith necessarily bad? While this does seem to be a more modest approach, I think what's necessary for a more rational approach to knowledge is that one is open to revision in the event that they're wrong or perhaps misplaced their trust. For instance, if one has faith or complete trust in God, are they open to revision to other options or opinions about their worldview? It seems not. For example, science is all about revision and testing things until we can really gather conclusions that accurately reflect reality. So should we not be wanting to revise our own worldviews so that way we can believe as many true things and as few false things as possible? I believe this to be the key to all of us opening up our minds so that way we can find the truth wherever it lies, and in a religio-philosophical context, whether a God exists or not. Lastly, to all my Christian viewers, opening your mind and revising your worldview is exactly what Scripture calls for, such that the more that we can understand about reality, perhaps the more we can understand about God. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Also, let me know what you think of the new intro down in the comment section. In fact, I like it so much that we're going to play it on our way out. So I'll see y'all next time. Bye.